Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Ooh, my favorite fighter, Tyson Fury. You know I've always had the hairy eyeball on him. I try to be fair to all boxers, but at the same time, the conversation is real. Tyson Fury's full of horse pucky. Y'all really buying this crap? That Tyson Fury got hit with an elbow in sparring? I watched that video, and I just can't. The man has on headgear. You know what I'm saying? And then the guy throws. It looks like it's an elbow. I had it slowed down, and I watched it about maybe 20 times, and I'm like, this is my thing. We know the Tyson Fury, right? I've been saying this forever. Tyson Fury probably just got a taste of his own medicine. As much as I think there's something off here, let's just say that it's true, right? Let's say everything's legit, okay? Why would a sparring partner throw an elbow at Tyson Fury? Do you guys understand the significance of a sparring partner intentionally throwing an elbow at Tyson Fury? Forget everything else. Just you try to process that. Tyson Fury he brought in 6 different sparring partners, southpaw style. And you're trying to make me believe in Saudi Arabia, with how everybody keeps referring to him, His Excellency Turki al-Sheikh, on the scene in full effect. And out of your 6 sparring partners, this guy, in one of your last sparring sessions, before you start to really wind down and get ready for fight week and for the big fight, right? This one sparring partner, who you're paying good money to, who's living a great life in Saudi Arabia as your sparring partner, he just decides he's going to throw an effing elbow with Tyson Fury has headgear on, just so happens to catch him in the same spot where Otto Wallen cut him, and then reopen the injury, the old injury, right? And you guys are all accepting that. Then they just so happen to have a Nokia, or whatever the hell that phone was, or whatever they used to record it. They just so happen to have that in there. This old, outdated ass recorder. And we're able to take that video, download it from whatever the hell device they use to record it, go to a computer, and then get that snippet, solely the snippet, of where it looks like he got elbowed. And you guys are buying all that. Now, cameras in sparring. I guess it happens. People record the training sessions. But Tyson Fury is a guy that likes to cover up cameras with towels, right? That's what he did going into the rematch with Deontay Wilder. Oh, he covered that camera up. He didn't want nobody to see what he was doing in his training room. Gamesmanship, maybe. Secret society in full effect, more than likely. Cheating taking place, more than likely. The fact that they had a camera inside this sparring session where Tyson Fury supposedly got cut, and they didn't want to keep that from the public. Horse pucky, more than likely. There's a pattern with Tyson Fury, people. When he was about to fight Vladimir Klitschko, Tyson Fury pulled out of that fight. Vladimir was ready to fight. Then Vladimir and Fury, when they finally got in the ring, Vladimir looked worn out because he had trained, he had peaked. Then he had to try to maintain that for the next couple months until he got in the ring with Fury. Fury's supposed to fight Deontay Wilder. Fury pulls out the rematch for COVID, him and his whole team. Even his dad was saying that doesn't make sense. somebody's irresponsible. Everybody's supposed to get vaccinated. How can you allow an oversight like that? Nothing about that made sense. Then he goes into the rematch with Wilder, and Tyson Fury damn near kills him, which I believe there was foul play. If you watch the channel, you know I think Tyson Fury is full of horse bucky, and I think there was foul play. But you get beyond that, and you see him getting there with Ngannou. He looks horrible. Before Ngannou, trying to make the Usyk fight. Fury's doing everything he can to not make that fight. It's a pattern. Why does he keep doing these things? Buying himself time. I personally think I think he's on the cocktail. And I think he's cycling shit. I think he has to get things out of the system. I also think that coupled with an undisciplined lifestyle outside the ring. So then now he comes to fight Usyk to finally get everything firmed up. And here it is a couple of weeks before the fight. Now all of a sudden, you got to postpone it. There is a pattern, people. But this is what sucks about it, right? Fury and Usyk, it's not happening. You know why? Because now Hergovic, Usyk's going to get stripped of his IBF title now. See, the IBF, they've been on Usyk. They've been advocating for Hergovic, who's an IBF mandatory, to get his shot. And Hergovic has lawyers lined up. Hergovic's been advocating for himself. I want to fight for the title. Well, they had the undisputed distinction taking place, which that took precedence. There was some money obviously paid to make sure Hergovic was compensated. But now that the fight's not happening, okay, now there's no reason for Usyk to not fight Hergovic. So that is the fight that's being pushed now. Hergovic's manager came out and talked about it because they don't want to get stripped. They feel like, okay, we'll fight Hergovic now. We don't want to lose the title, hopefully beat him, and then be ready for Tyson Fury in June. While Tyson Fury is just sitting back in the breeze. Now, I'm going to point something out to you. We know Tyson Fury is a dirty fighter. You saw him with the Wilder fight, elbows, man, punching behind the head, looking like he's going to jab, but basically hitting him with the palm of his hand, hitting him behind the ear, kneeing him, twisting his arm, pushing his head back, using his head, headbutting Wilder. Tyson Fury fought like a goddamn pig in that fight. But it's like I said, I used to always say, if the referee lets you kick somebody and bite them, get away with it. I don't say that no more because when I see that stuff happening, especially now, I think the secret society is involved, and I just think it's bullshit. Have a clean fight. If it gets into a mashup, crash up, it gets rough, okay, but don't be dirty. And Tyson Fury's a pig. You saw him fighting Ngannou. Ngannou didn't have no pro fights. Yeah, Ngannou's a fighter. Don't get me wrong. He's a bad man. Tyson Fury started getting beamed, right? He got the Cameroonian bean put on him. And what Tyson Fury do? He threw an effing elbow. Okay? So what I think in that sparring session, if it's true, right? If everything's legit, and that sparring partner went off script and got frustrated and threw that elbow, I think it was in retaliation to Tyson Fury being in there, grabbing him behind the head, which you can see in the video. It looked like Tyson Fury was grabbing him behind the head. I think Tyson Fury may have been fighting dirty. I think he may have been doing things inside the ring to where the sparring partner just got tired and said, F this. And he threw an elbow, not expecting to cut him, but maybe like, hold your horse and stop taking it to the stupid, and fighting like a pig. And it just happened to cut him. But right now, look, I don't see how anyone could take this guy serious. It's quite obvious he doesn't want to fight him. And that photo, Tyson Fury, let me see something, man. That photo of Tyson Fury that he posted, I personally think, the more I look at it, I think it's photoshopped. I think it's photoshopped. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I do. I just don't think it's a legit photo. the one of Tyson Fury where he's standing up, like showing off his physique, letting everybody know that he was in shape. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I just don't think something's just not right there. You know, something just isn't right. Let me see if I can find that photo. So much. Oh, here it is, right here. Let me show you this. Hold on a second. Okay. Now, look at this photo. Look at the background, right? Look at around his head and his body, right? Just look at, and then look at the, it doesn't look natural. It looks like this photo of him was cut and paste or photoshopped into the photo. And we know that he has looked like this before as far as his physique, but I'm just telling you, it doesn't look right to me. The more I look at it, it looks like a Photoshop image of him. Whether this photo is from Saudi or this photo is from somewhere else, I don't know, but something isn't right here. But the funny thing about it is, Tyson Fury says, can't help getting injured in sparring, but what I can say was Usyk was in trouble. I'm in fantastic shape. I'll reschedule as soon as I can. 2024, a massive year for the team. Now then, Alex Krasia is Usyk's manager. He says, wish you soonest recovery. God sent you a sign. Think of retirement, brother. I think Tyson Fury should just go on about his business because a lot of people are tired of his antics. A lot of people are tired of his antics. You know, when I start seeing Tyson Fury fans who normally disagree with me start to message me and say, hey, Hood Champion, man, I think you may be right about Tyson Fury. I was like, damn, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. The Fury fans agreeing with the Hoodster? Look, man, I just have conversations here. We speculate, make assumptions. We try to make predictions. We just have a conversation. And nobody know what the hell is really going on, except for the obvious. But one thing I will say is, Tyson Fury's antics, I think, may have caught up with him in sparring, and the sparring partner got frustrated. But at the same time, I don't know if I buy that either, because why would a sparring partner, this is what I can't get beyond, a sparring partner who's out there making great money, right? Why would he throw an elbow? And then now the camp has to conclude early, and you miss out on another couple weeks of thousands and thousands of dollars. Do you understand? Those guys weren't making $1,000 a week. Them guys were getting paid like $10,000 a week or more. Why go throw that away? Nothing makes sense about this crap. But you're going to get people come out here and, you know, I saw people dropping videos yesterday. Matter of fact, I was probably one of the first ones to see the news about him getting cut. Because when I was happening to get on Twitter, I saw that it had been posted like, it said like 50 seconds ago. And I looked and I was like, oh, wow. But I was so busy with my kids, I was like, man, I ain't rushing to make no video about this shit, man. I don't care about being the first one to post something. I think that shit's corny, man. I get to it when I get to it. So I got time this morning before I go to my kids' basketball tournament. But bottom line, I think Tyson Fury's full of horse bucky. I don't buy it. Something doesn't seem right. I don't know. I don't know what to think. But I'm starting to feel I'm starting to feel that Deontay Wilder took 10 pounds of flesh out of Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury took 10 times more out of Deontay Wilder. And I just don't think Tyson Fury is the same fighter. He hasn't really been pressed in a fight. He fought Wilder. He got bing-binged. He got hurt badly. He destroyed Wilder. He fought Dillian White, Chisora, no challenge. And when he got in there with the first, what ended up being a kind of test for him, Fury didn't respond well. And that was Ngannou. And that whole fight, I think Fury did enough to win, but he was getting hurt. He was getting hit hard, and he didn't like it. So the idea of Fury coming back now from being out of shape to being, this guy, right? I don't buy that. That's just too quick of a turnaround, in my opinion, for Tyson Fury to go from what he was to this. In addition to that, I think Tyson Fury knows there's something missing in him. I think no one else may know this, but Tyson Fury deep down he knows there's something missing. Something's off. And I truly believe he doesn't want to get on the big stage and lose an undisputed bout to what he calls a rabbit, what he calls a light heavyweight, a cruiserweight, what he calls a small man, what he calls an ugly man with a big gap in his teeth, what he calls a shithouse, what he calls a dasa, right? What he calls it M, F, and B word. All these horrible things he said to describe Usyk. But Usyk remained on task, ready to scrap. Tyson Fury has continued with his pattern of behavior of not really wanting to commit to fighting Usyk. He's been doing everything he can to avoid that fight. And then finally, when everybody was like, "Ooh, we didn't think this fight would happen," we'll believe it when we see Tyson Fury get in the ring. And then look, all of a sudden, he's not getting in the ring now. So for me, that's why I don't believe it. That's why I think it's full of horse bucky. I think it's all crap. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. You're telling me, okay, if they had cameras and they recorded, post a clip of the whole sparring session. Don't just post this clip where he supposedly got cut. Give us a full 2 minutes of that sparring session leading up to that. Let us see more. Right? Because no matter what they post, I'm going to be ready to cross-examine them until we can close the case. Something just isn't right. But I'll tell you what, there are a lot of people frustrated with Tyson Fury, man. It's crazy. Yeah, people calling him a coward. People saying, how the hell does he have fans in 2024? Saying he's classless. Says Fury and David Haye need to fight. They're both, Haye was a broken fighter, Fury's a broken fighter. Let both of them fight, and then they can retire. Usyk should be allowed to fight for the undisputed fight. Fraud, Fury the fraud is holding the WBC title hostage. Some people think he looks good as in shape, but the most part, people are just like, this is disappointing. He's a troll. He's someone who called him, his favorite word, a dosser. Is saying it's horrible. But what I will tell you is, Alexander Usyk and Hrgovic is what's being mandated right now. And it sucks because I think Hergovic has a good chance of beating Usyk. And I'm going to just leave it as that. Because Tyson Fury and Usyk, because I said earlier, because that fight's not happening, the IBF is like, okay, good. Well, Usyk, you got to do something. And now he's in a bad spot. So he's already been training. Hergovic, I don't think he's been training. But bottom line is Hergovic's going to step in and he gets to fight to become a unified heavyweight champion. Not what we want to see, but I'm telling y'all right now, that's not an easy fight for Usyk. That Hergovic that fought Jay and looked horrible, that guy is gone. That Hergovic was going through a whole lot with his family, losing his father. And I totally understood what that guy was going through. You don't want to be, just me having gone through some shit. I'm telling you, man, that you can't think, you can't function. And for this man to have to get in the ring and fight, still grieving like that, that's tough. But that being said, I don't think Fury and Usyk will ever happen because I think it's going to end up being Fury against Hergovic. Because I think Hergovic's going to beat Usyk. But we just got to wait and see because Usyk's a good fighter. I just think Hergovic beats him. Usyk, if Danny Dubois can hurt Usyk, I understand this shit about the low blow. Look, I think Usyk has irritable bowel syndrome. Right? Something's wrong with his midsection. It's been that way for years, ever since the amateurs. You come anywhere near his midsection, he falls out, acts like he's dying. Okay? And I just think Hrgovic's too big, too strong. Usyk's used to fighting big, tall guys, but I just think Hergovic's going to be too fresh and hungry. And I just think you guys are going to see Usyk not just lose. I think Usyk's going to get knocked out. Some are going to disagree with me, but that's cool. But I just think Hergovic is a horrible matchup for a guy like Usyk, who's already showing signs that maybe he just needs to go ahead and retire as well. Because for him to kind of have, for Dubois to have some success against Usyk, I mean, that to me is just a bad sign. But anyway, we'll see how things go. That being said, y'all keep cool. Tyson Fury is full of horse pucky, man. I don't see how anybody can support this guy anymore. Yo, I'm in the breeze.